6 Untold Facts About Women. Dark female psychology. Men, let's be real. Most of what you've been told about women is surface level, sugar-coated, and straight up useless in the real world. Today, we're cutting past the fluff and diving into the dark side of female psychology, the side nobody wants to talk about, but every man needs to understand. These aren't just random opinions. These are patterns, behaviors, and truths that can make or break your relationships, your confidence, and your masculine frame. If you've ever felt blindsided, confused, or tested by women, this video is going to wake you up. Let's get into it. 1. She's more desperate than you think. Most men grow up thinking women hold all the cards in dating, that she's the one choosing, while you're the one begging for approval. But here's the truth most won't tell you. Many women are far more desperate for relationships than you realize. And it gets even heavier as they get older. The biological clock isn't just a cliche, it's a ticking reality. And society adds extra weight by constantly reminding women that their value is tied to whether they can lock down a man and build a family. This means behind the polished selfies and confidence, many women wrestle with deep fears of ending up alone. And when you really understand this, something inside you shifts. You stop chasing. You stop pedestalizing. You stop acting like you're lucky to be chosen. Instead, you see the truth. She's not just evaluating you. You are the prize she secretly fears she can't secure. That awareness changes your energy, your confidence, and the way you carry yourself around women. 2. Women respect men who can walk. Nothing kills a woman's respect for a man faster than desperation. The moment she senses you're terrified of losing her, clinging, begging, or over-explaining why she should stay, your value plummets. Why? Because women are not wired to admire neediness. They're wired to respect strength, independence, and self-sufficiency. She may not consciously say, "He's weak," but on a deeper psychological level, she feels it. On the flip side, when you're the man who can love her fully, give her your best, yet still walk away without flinching if she disrespects you or crosses your boundaries, everything shifts in her mind. That detachment signals true power, that your validation doesn't come from her affection, that you hold options, and that you are the prize. And paradoxically, the very moment you prove you don't need her is often the moment she feels the strongest pull toward you. The mantra every man should live by is this: I want you, but I don't need you. When you embody that truth, she feels it more deeply than any words you could ever say. 3. Most women have backup options, and they'll rarely admit it. This is one of those uncomfortable truths most men don't want to hear, but need to. Many women keep orbiters in their orbit, male friends, old flames, exes who never fully let go, or new admirers sliding into their DMs. They may never act on it, and often it's not even a conscious act of betrayal. But it's there, a subtle insurance policy rooted in evolutionary psychology. At a primal level, women are wired for security, and backup options create a sense of safety if their main relationship crumbles. It doesn't mean she's cheating, but it does mean she's aware of her options. This is why trust is not something you hand out blindly just because you're in love. It's something that must be earned over time through consistency, integrity, and loyalty. A strong man doesn't live in paranoia, checking her phone or obsessing over every interaction. But he also doesn't walk around naive, assuming exclusivity before it's been clearly established. He understands the game. He moves with awareness, not fear. Because history shows that men who blindly trust in the name of love often end up blindsided, used as placeholders until something better comes along. Awareness doesn't make you bitter, it makes you prepared. And in today's world, where attention is currency and temptation is one DM away, preparedness is power. 4. Her emotions will always override your logic. One of the most frustrating truths men have to face is that a woman's emotions will always override your logic. You can't argue her into loving you. You can't reason her into staying loyal. And you'll never debate her into respecting you with well-crafted explanations or rational points. Women don't live in logic. They live in feelings. Their choices, their attraction, their loyalty, it all flows from how they feel in your presence. That's why the man who understands emotional imprinting, The ability to spark desire, tension, unpredictability, polarity, and masculine certainty will always win out over the man trying to explain his worth. The guy who says all the right things but makes her feel nothing loses to the man who barely says a word but radiates confidence and presence. The harsh truth? In her world, emotion is reality. That means your job isn't to prove yourself with arguments. It's to embody a frame that shifts her emotional state when she's around you. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you tell her, it's how you make her feel that decides if she'll love you, respect you, and stay loyal to you. 5. She won't love you until you stop needing her. The brutal paradox of female psychology is this: the more you need her love, the less she can give it. The moment you orbit around her mood swings, overinvest in her validation, or treat her presence like oxygen, you slowly strangle her attraction to you. Why? Because women aren't wired to love dependency. They're wired to love strength. The man who makes his mission, his vision, and his purpose bigger than her will always command her respect on a primal level. When you can look at her, no matter how beautiful she is or how much history you share, and still hold your frame without flinching, that's when she feels the deepest pull. It's not because you begged, reasoned, or tried to convince her. It's because you've shown her that your kingdom stands with or without her. That kind of masculine detachment isn't about being cold or dismissive. It's about knowing your life has gravity, and she's either drawn into it or she drifts away. The irony? The moment you stop needing her love is usually the moment she starts giving it to you freely. 6. A woman always tests strength. Most men assume that once a woman gives her love, the battle is over. But in reality, that's when the real testing begins. Women don't test men out of malice. They test because their biology and psychology are wired to constantly measure the strength of the man they've chosen. She'll poke at your patience, challenge your authority, and sometimes even create unnecessary drama, not because she wants chaos, but because she needs to feel your foundation. A woman wants to know that your masculinity isn't a mask you wear when things are easy, but a solid frame you embody when life gets difficult. Her unconscious mind is asking, can this man handle me? Can he protect me? Can he lead us when life turns brutal? And here's the truth. The moment you break, overreact, or fold to please her, she loses a little respect, and respect is the oxygen of female desire. But when you remain calm, firm, and grounded, when you hold your line without hostility, her attraction deepens. Because in her world, love without strength feels unsafe. Her tests are not the problem. Your failure to pass them is. The man who understands this doesn't resent her tests. He welcomes them, knowing each one is an opportunity to reaffirm his strength and remind her why she chose him. If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a brother who needs to hear it. Trust me, this is the kind of knowledge that separates the men who get it from the men who get played. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.